Today we're going to go through the process of home roasting some green coffee beans. We're going to use some Rwanda roast. This is the product that we're going to use, and I've tried a few different ways, but the best way I found is to use a few different pieces. One is an old Coleman camping stove. There's a lot of chaff we'll go over later that gets everywhere and makes it disgusting, and I thought the best thing to do is just use an old piece of camping equipment that I had. A nut roaster. I've tried a popcorn maker, camping skillet. The best thing I found is this guy with an adaptation, because the first time I used it the handle broke off, so I grabbed one of these from Amazon. It's a heat resistant, or pretty much heat proof handle that clamps on, which is pretty awesome. I'll just go ahead and stick it on for now. And then a colander we'll use later to cool the beans, because you want to cool them as quickly as possible. Here's the green beans that we're going to roast today. So first things first, we're going to light the camping stove. Make sure, as you are using a camping stove with propane gas, that you're in a well-ventilated environment. I do it in my garage with the window open and the door cracked most of the time. So we're going to let this nut roaster warm up for a little bit before we put the beans in. We want it to be about 400 degrees inside. Obviously, I don't do a very precise method. I just try my best to gauge the time. I usually take about 2 to 3 minutes for it to heat up. For the most part, it doesn't have to be precise. This whole process is a lot of trial and error. This is probably the 5th time I've done it. Like I said before, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. You'll see all the smoke that it produces in a little bit. The other things to keep in mind is just keep a glove nearby, because things can get pretty hot pretty quick, and you don't want the beans to over roast. And the first couple times I did it, I didn't have any hot pad or anything like that, and when the handle broke I had to just kind of turn off everything and let the beans go to waste, which was really sad. So make sure you are ready to kind of adapt to whatever happens. Okay, so now we're going to roast some beans. For this demonstration I'm doing about 1.5 cups. You don't want to do too many in the nut roaster, because they expand as they lose moisture and heat up. Kind of like popcorn, not quite as drastic, but as it's heating up and the beans lose moisture and expand, they take out pretty much this entire pan. Alright, so now we're ready to put the beans in the nut roaster. I put about half on each side of the blades, and then you just start stirring. You pretty much can't stop stirring the entire process. Sometimes I change the direction if some gets stuck under the blade. Keep it on direct heat during this process. And this entire process takes around 15 to 20 minutes. While I'm doing this, I'll go over where you can find some green beans. I've bought mine a few places. I found Amazon to have a pretty good variety, and of course you can get it, within a day or two, depending on your membership with them. So at this stage, it smells kind of like roasted vegetables, almost like popcorn at the same time. One thing to keep in mind as you're doing this, after each time I clean the pan, the nut roaster, and then I give a little bit of WD-40 in the gears. Because one time when I was using this, it froze up on me, and then again, you pretty much have to toss away the beans, which is a bummer. So at this stage, things are starting to roast a little bit. Kind of in the first phase of the popping. This is starting to get to the point where it's about a light roast that you'll find in some coffee shops. I like more of a dark roast, so we're going to keep on roasting. You can see as it's heating up and roasting, the chaff is starting to get tossed out of the pan. That's why I don't do it in my grill. Somewhere I don't want to get kind of gross, but I can just chop back out. So now it's really starting to pop. We're at about a medium roast. I'm going to keep going, check on it. It's starting to smell less like vegetables and more like coffee. Okay. So at this point, you can hear all the popping. Take it off the heat. Turn this off. So keep roasting a bit after you're done with the heat. About 30 more seconds, and you can see the beans. What you want is kind of a nice sheen to it, so you can see the oil starting to escape. That's the point I like them at least. All right, I think we're at a good roasting point, so I'm gonna pour them in the colander. Make sure you don't touch the pan at all. It's really hot. I'm going to start kind of shaking a bit. Get the chaff out of there. The chaff really doesn't taste good. It doesn't taste much, but it seems like sometimes that I didn't get enough chaff out, it kind of took away from the taste of the beans when I was brewing it. So might be a good idea to maybe do this outside or somewhere that you don't care about the chaff getting everywhere. And then once you're done getting all the chaff out, you want this to cool for about 24 hours. I put it in a mason jar before I grind it. And then you have roasted coffee.